Oh, welcome back. So I decided to do something a little different today. Got what I call a race room down in my basement. Kind of incomplete, but get the light on in here. Well, this is my secondary track. It was initially my first track. I've had this track for more than, 30 years. I still have the box, the original box for it. It's a Tyco. I've since expanded onto it. I've actually built a little shelf that runs all the way back here. I just need to complete the track. I actually have the pieces. Got a bunch of track under here. I do need to clean up in here, by the way. But yeah, this is where I keep a lot of my cars that I've completed. For example, I've got a sale going on right now for custom bodies. Pretty much all these except the Slurpee car and the 69. Number 69 there, that's mine. And the Slurpee I just did, and that's the only one I've done. And let's see, all these. This is in my personal collection, but I'd sell them. So if you're interested, just check out my Facebook page and message me. Also, shout out to my wife. She did all these paintings. And she also said, if anybody ever wanted a painting, to reach out to her. And I'll include a link in this video of how you can reach out to her. These are actually early paintings she did, and she's gotten really good at this. This is one of my favorite ones. Even has my little nickname for her, Dirty Diana. 69 was the year I was born, so don't look too far into that. The Daytona one's really nice. But yeah, I like them all. And here's some of the racetrack scenics. Customized all that, put lift kits in it. And it's just more stuff. We have a lap counter on here, the old school lap counter. Yeah, this is how I grew up. Let me zoom out on this. Before we had, video games came late in my later teen years. We had an Atari 2600, so that really dates me. Here's some of the innovative hobby things you can do. I tend to customize my little buildings. Back when I was a smoker, I used to smoke American Spirit, so I stuck that on there. I quit smoking. Gosh, it's pushing 2 years now. I still crave it. That's an addictive habit, expensive habit, nasty habit. So if you do smoke, I'd encourage you to quit. So yeah, my favorite comedies are Ricky Bobby. It's a funny story here. I was down visiting my brother in North Carolina, and I went into a little pawn shop and picked up this little die-cast car. Well, my brother looked at it, rooted around somewhere in his house, and brought me this sponsorship 8x10 picture. It's the driver of the car I got. What are the odds of that? Here's my golf sign. Oh, there's your host. That'd be me. Nationals. I got that during their inaugural season. I think if you bought a case of beer, they gave it to you. Here's a nice little memento I got. This was a couple months prior to Dell Sr. being killed. Junior was at Hickam Air Force Base. Pretty sure there's a picture of him and I on the intro video. He signed this for me in a 124 car that I gave to my nephew. Yeah, I look awful in that picture because I had worked the night shift. As a matter of fact, there's the picture there. I had worked that night shift and was up all night. And this was in the afternoon, so I hadn't gotten any sleep. There's the wife and I Hall of Fame. Oh yeah, it's kind of my catch-all room. I need to straighten it up. I got some stuff under here where I unpacked my Halloween junk. So speaking of which, Jason Voorhees says, hey, he's holding a teddy bear that I've had since, oh gosh, when I was a toddler. That bear's got as many miles on it as I do. Traveled with me all around the world when I was in the military. So yeah, there's just a quick little thing there. I'm probably going to shut this off. Probably make another video to add to it. Another painting my wife did. And yeah, I'll add to it. We'll talk in a bit. Bye. All right, what's going on, you sinners and saints? Got another episode. I hear my dog barking, so either we're getting a delivery or he's barking at nonsense. He turns a year old this month. No, he turned a year old. Yeah, you can hear him back in August. We picked him up in October. So what have I been working on? I'm wrapping up this Lucas Oil. I forget the year. This was paint scheme. I think it might have been last year or the year before, first year. Oh, that's what it was. It was the first year he was with Childress, RCR. And this is, I think, the first racy one with RCR. So it's got a patriotic blue base. I've already clear coated a couple times. I think I'm about done with the clear coat. I think I do need to clear coat this real quick, which is the windshield, or the windscreen, front and back. I also need to pop some black paint on there, but I can do that after I seal it. So let's go ahead and do that right now. I've already got the brush out. This is Pledge, which they don't make anymore. And what I do is I just quickly wipe it down. I put too much on my brush, so I'm gonna have to take some of that excess off. What I'm doing is sealing these decals. See, I put way too much on there, so I may have to stick this in front of a heater, space heater or something. So I'm trying to wick some of this off. Where's my paper towel? There it is. So yeah, hope you enjoyed my little trip to my back race room. I guess I'll get back there and complete that track and clean it up here when the snow hits, because we get hit pretty hard. I'm at about 3,000 foot elevation here in the Appalachian Mountains. Yeah, I'll set this down. Let's show you what else. Well, I don't have much progress going on with the Gentleman's Club. I did do the interior. I'm waiting on some 164 couch and chairs and tables that's coming from China. It doesn't look like that's going to be here until the middle of the month. And then my son just got home. I'm making a video, so be quiet. Or you can say, hey. What up? That's what you always say, what up? So yeah, what was I talking about before I got interrupted? All right, so, yeah, so once this dries, I might coat it a second time, then I'll drop this back in. Let's go ahead and wet up my logo for the inside. So what I do in this case is I take one of my pre-printed logos. I just clip around here to kind of take off the edge. There. 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 I used to try to make it a circle, but I got tired of that crap. You're never going to get the circle perfect, and I don't have a hole punch, so. All right, drop it in some water.
Stop wasting your time doing math.
Oh, God, another ad.
High-protein breakfast for a year? Yeah, that's real. Every meal's loaded, ready in minutes.
Skip that crap. All right, so we'll let that wet up. What else am I working on? This is the Mystic Maroon. I don't know if you can tell. There are metal flakes in this. And with this, I'm going to, whoops, apply these decals, which is the Hardee's CocaCola. Forget who the driver is. I'll have to look at the order sheet. And then the yellow's getting the Long John Silver's treatment. Long John Silver's. I used to love Long John Silver's when I was a kid, and then my wife and I, a few years back, took the family out to England, and I went to Poppy's, which is their famous fish and chips. Jesus, it ruined me for all fish and chips. It's hard to get good fish and chips in this country, I think. I think we batter the shit too much with water and whatnot, and that's way off. I got a bunch of these, so if I screw it up, it doesn't matter. Now you just set it down and wait. All right, so we had 4 minutes plus the other video. I'm going to show you some of the stuff I've got. More show and tell. This is a spectator stand that is available at Racetrack Scenics. I'll put the link down under the video. I decided to go with an old school 80s Spud McKenzie mascot. If you're my age, you recognize it, the mascot. Little known fact, Spud was always surrounded by bikini-clad models and stuff, drinking beers. Spud was a girl. The dog was a female. And then on the back, took a Bud Light lid, put some shoe goo, filled it up, painted it, and then applied it. This is a nice product. I mean, it's well made. Just have to take your time and sand off the edges. At some point, I need to get some 164 seated fans. If you know a source, please let me know. I don't like the ones that are trained. They're cheaply made, you know, the HO scales. Here's something I did totally from scratch because I am in West Virginia. And I'll include a photograph of what this represents. It's a state line between Maryland and West Virginia on I-68. Now this is totally made out of straws, filled with shoe goo to give them some support. These are toothpicks, the cross hatches, those are toothpicks. These two things here are straws, the long part. The base, this is what do they call them, tea lights, which are the little candles. I flipped it over, filled it with shoe goo. So yeah, this is just an example of what you can do. And this sits on my track. I think there's a quick shot of it, but I'll find the actual picture. I think I need to put a little glue on there to just come off a little bit because I keep my track covered with plastic. All right, so we got that in there. Still a little off. Slide it over, tap it, get the little excess water out of it. And then once it's dried after 30, 40 minutes, just check it. And then that'll be clear coated with the pledge. So yeah, that's about where I'm at today. I'm gonna finish up the Kyle Busch car, and I'm going to probably, whatever strikes my fancy. I think I'll do the Long John Silver's first. I think it's gonna be a little more difficult. I might have quite a bit of cutting because I can already tell that the side wrap paint scheme is gonna be too long. So I might have to figure that out. But yeah, that's where I'm at. So from the beautiful Appalachian Mountains in West by God, Virginia, take care of yourself, be good to each other, go forth and do good things.